The United Kingdom, once the cradle of democracy and individual liberty, is now at the forefront of the West's slide into totalitarianism, driving digital IDs, ideological arrests, censorship, and a growing war on free speech. Sir Keir Starmer's government is openly considering the introduction of mandatory digital ID cards for every citizen. Ministers admit the opposition for digital IDs has, quote, fallen away in recent years as concern has grown over the number of small boat crossings. In other words, a manufactured mass migration crisis is now the justification for stripping citizens of their privacy. For years, so-called conspiracy theorists warned that Western governments were allowing such crises to spiral out of control precisely to Trojan horse totalitarian systems. The formula is as old as politics itself. Permit chaos, allow society to be overwhelmed, then offer order in the form of state control. Citizens, exhausted and afraid, end up begging for their own chains. But the descent isn't confined to surveillance. It extends to ideological enforcement. Grant Linehan, the Irish comedy writer and longtime critic of gender ideology, was arrested at Heathrow Airport upon returning to the UK. 5 armed officers waited for him. His crime? Tweets critical of men invading women's spaces. His account of the ordeal is chilling. Quote, I was arrested at an airport like a terrorist, locked in a cell like a criminal, taken to hospital because the stress nearly killed me, and banned from speaking online, all because I made jokes that upset some psychotic cross-dressers. To me, this proves one thing beyond doubt. The UK has become a country that is hostile to freedom of speech, hostile to women, and far too accommodating to the demands of violent, entitled, abusive men who have turned the police into their personal goon squad. This is not hyperbole, it's the reality of a society where police resources are diverted from fighting violent crime to silencing dissent, where speech itself is treated as a criminal offense if it offends the ruling ideology, where the state no longer protects the people but protects narratives. A free society cannot survive when governments criminalize jokes, normalize censorship, and reduce citizens to data points on a digital ledger. Britain's experiment is becoming a warning to the world. Liberty is rarely extinguished in one dramatic blow. More often, it is chipped away under the banners of safety, security, and progress. And once surrendered, it is seldom returned.